Imagine walking out to your driveway tomorrow morning, looking at your car, and realizing the company that built it, the one you trusted with your hard-earned money, has effectively vanished. No more software updates, no more specialized parts, and a resale value that has cratered to zero overnight. It's a nightmare scenario, but for thousands of owners right now, it's becoming a reality. The automotive industry is currently undergoing its most violent transition in a century, and several household names are about to be crushed in the gears of change. Dealers are desperate to clear their lots, so they won't tell you the truth, that these brands are on life support. Sales are drying up, model lineups are being gutted, and corporate offices are in a state of pure panic. Today, we are counting down the 6 car brands currently on the absolute brink of collapse. We're going beyond the surface-level headlines to look at the disastrous corporate ego, the sunken cost fallacy in their boardrooms, and the psychological traps they use to keep you buying into a sinking ship. And wait until we get to number 1. It is a global giant that everyone assumes is too big to fail, yet internal memos suggest they may have less than 12 months of oxygen left. Let's start with a brand that tried to buy its way into high society, but forgot that prestige cannot be manufactured in a factory. At number 6, we have Genesis. 6. Genesis, the luxury identity crisis. When Hyundai launched Genesis as a standalone brand, the strategy was a textbook example of disruptive innovation. The promise was a German driving experience with Korean reliability, and a price tag that made Mercedes-Benz look like a robbery. On paper, it was a masterstroke. In reality, Genesis is currently fighting a losing battle against the psychology of status signaling. You see, luxury buyers don't just buy a car, they buy a membership to an exclusive club. This is what psychologists call social identity theory. Despite beautiful designs like the G80 and GV80, the market still perceives Genesis as a Hyundai in a tuxedo. Last year, while BMW moved over 370,000 units in the US and Lexus dominated with 346,000, Genesis struggled to cross the 75,000 mark. In the world of luxury, if you aren't growing, you're invisible. But the real crisis is under the hood and in the showrooms. For years, Genesis owners had to get their luxury vehicles serviced at the same dealerships as $20,000 accents, destroying the premium illusion. By the time they started building standalone stores, the reliability reports started trickling in. The 2022 to 2024 recalls for high-pressure fuel pump failures and sudden power loss in their flagship EVs have decimated consumer confidence. This triggers loss aversion. Once a buyer fears a car might leave them stranded or lose its value, they flee to safe bet brands like Lexus. With the G70 sedan facing the axe and the electric G80, already discontinued in several markets, Genesis is quickly becoming a zombie brand, technically alive, but without a future. If you're looking for a Genesis, remember, a bargain on a luxury car is often the most expensive mistake you'll ever make. 5. Jaguar, a masterclass in brand suicide. If Genesis is struggling to build an identity, Jaguar is currently busy setting its own on fire. Coming in at number 5, Jaguar is a brand that has essentially decided to stop being Jaguar. For decades, it was the Gentleman's Express, a blend of grace, space, and pace. But today, the leaping cat is limping toward a cliff. In an act of corporate hubris that will be studied in business schools for decades, Jaguar recently executed a hard pivot to an all-electric lineup, but they did it while having no new products to sell. In 2024 and 2025, they systematically killed off the XE, XF, F-Type, and even their only successful EV, the I-Pace. This created a product vacuum. Dealers are sitting in empty showrooms with nothing but the aging F-Pace SUV to sell, waiting for a reimagined lineup that won't arrive until late 2026. Psychologically, Jaguar has fallen victim to the new Coke syndrome. They've abandoned their core demographic, the enthusiasts who loved the roar of a V8, in hopes of capturing a modern, ultra-luxury buyer who doesn't yet exist for them. Their recent rebranding, which replaced the iconic logo with a minimalist font and a bizarre, colorful ad campaign that didn't even feature a car, was met with universal derision. When a brand loses its heritage equity, it loses everything. With reliability scores sitting at a dismal 29th out of 32 brands according to RepairPal, and resale values dropping faster than a lead balloon, Jaguar is no longer a status symbol. It's a cautionary tale of what happens when you alienate your fans to chase a ghost. 4. Mitsubishi, the ghost of the triple diamond. Coming in at number 4 is a brand that was once the king of the street and the rally stage. In the early 2000s, Mitsubishi was the cool alternative, the brand of the Lancer Evolution and the Pajero. Today, it's a budget basement brand struggling to justify its existence in North America. The numbers tell a story of a slow, painful starvation. In 2002, they sold nearly 350,000 cars in the U.S. By last year, they were lucky to hit a fraction of that. The psychology here is the halo effect, or the lack thereof. When Mitsubishi killed the Evo, they killed the reason people cared about the brand. Now, their lineup consists of aging crossovers like the Outlander and the Mirage, which are often marketed to subprime buyers who can't get financing elsewhere. Furthermore, Mitsubishi has never truly recovered from its trust deficit. Between the massive 2000 cover-up of mechanical defects and the 2016 fuel consumption scandal, the brand's reputation is permanently stained. In 2025, new trade tariffs and supply chain shifts forced Mitsubishi to hike prices on their budget cars, effectively pricing them out of the only market they had left. When your only selling point is, it's cheap, and then it's no longer cheap, you're dead in the water. Nissan currently owns a controlling stake, but as we'll see later, Nissan has its own house on fire. Mitsubishi is essentially a brand on life support, kept alive only by sharing platforms with Nissan to save costs. Buying one today is like buying a ticket for a ship that's already half submerged. 3. Infiniti, the forgotten answer. At number 3, we have Infiniti. There was a time when Infiniti was the driver's luxury brand. The G35 and G37 were the only cars that truly made BMW engineers sweat. They had the VQ V6 engine, one of the greatest power plants ever made, and a bold Japanese industrial aesthetic. But then, the strategy creep set in. Infiniti stopped trying to outhandle BMW and started trying to outsoft Lexus. And in doing so, they lost everyone. The psychology of brand dilution is at work here. If you stand for everything, you stand for nothing. Sales have cratered from 153,000 units in 2017 to just over 50,000 recently, a catastrophic 60% decline. The brand is currently in a retrenchment phase. They are closing standalone showrooms and folding back into Nissan dealerships. For a luxury buyer, nothing says your car isn't special quite like seeing it parked next to a Sentra with a manager's special sticker on the windshield. With the Q50 sedan dead and the QX50 and QX55 suffering from polarizing CVT transmissions and lackluster tech, Infiniti is down to just 2 SUVs, the QX60 and the aging QX80. While they hope a new EV flagship will save them, the first mover advantage in the EV space is long gone. Owners are finding that their trade-in values are abysmal because the market scents a brand in retreat. Buying an Infiniti in 2026 is a gamble that the company will even exist to honor your warranty in 2030. 2. Chrysler, the last breath of an American icon. It's hard to believe that the brand that invented the minivan and gave us the Hemi V8 is now down to a single consumer model. At number 2, Chrysler is the definition of a legacy brand that forgot to innovate. Chrysler's decline is a staggering 80% drop from its mid-2000s peak. In 2024 and 2025, the brand became a ghost brand. The legendary 300 sedan is gone. The Voyager is largely relegated to rental fleets. That leaves the Pacifica minivan as the sole survivor. While the Pacifica is a decent vehicle, it's fighting in a shrinking segment against the Toyota Sienna and Honda Odyssey, brands that consumers associate with infinite reliability. The psychological principle here is the end of history illusion. We assume that because Chrysler has been around for 100 years, it will be around for another 100. But the parent company Stellantis is currently wielding a heavy axe. Their former CEO openly admitted that underperforming brands have a short window to become profitable or face the chopping block. Chrysler has no new products in the pipeline that are ready for mass consumption. The Airflow EV concept was scrapped because it was too expensive to build. Today, Chrysler feels less like a car company and more like a legacy portfolio being slowly liquidated. For a buyer, this means a shrinking service network and parts that will become increasingly difficult to find. If you buy a Chrysler today, you aren't just buying a minivan, you're buying a piece of history that might be closed for business sooner than you think. 1. Nissan, the collapsing giant. Finally, we reach number 1. This is the brand that will shock people because you see them everywhere. You might even have one in your driveway. But make no mistake, Nissan is currently in the middle of a systemic meltdown. On the surface, selling 800,000 plus cars a year looks like success. But psychologists talk about normalcy bias, the tendency to believe that because things look normal on the outside, there is no danger. Under the hood, Nissan is bleeding cash. They recently reported a staggering 90% drop in operating profit. Their credit rating has been teetering on junk status, making it nearly impossible for them to borrow money to develop new cars. How did a giant fall this far? It's a combination of executive instability and brand devaluation. The 2018 arrest of CEO Carlos Ghosn triggered a civil war within the company that paralyzed product development for years. To keep sales numbers up, Nissan relied on deep discounting and fleet sales, which destroyed their resale value. When you sell cars to anyone with a pulse and a credit score of 500, you aren't building a brand. You're managing a subprime loan portfolio. But here is the most terrifying part for current owners. Nissan has essentially admitted they are out of ideas. Their attempts to merge with Honda were a desperate Hail Mary that failed because Honda didn't want to inherit Nissan's debt and aging factories. Internal reports suggest the company is currently on a 12-month survival watch. They've slashed 20,000 jobs, cut production by 20%, and canceled their upcoming EV projects for the U.S. market. A car company with no future tech in a tech-driven world is a dead man walking. When a giant like Nissan collapses, the owners are the ones who pay the complexity tax. These cars are rolling computers. Without manufacturer support for software and proprietary sensors, a 5-year-old Nissan could become an unfixable brick. Final thoughts. Choosing a car is one of the biggest financial decisions you will ever make. It's easy to get swayed by a sleek design or a desperate dealer offering 0% financing. But remember the sunk cost fallacy. Don't throw good money after a bad brand just because the deal looks good today. The true cost of a car isn't the monthly payment. It's what that car's worth when you're done with it, and whether there's a company left to stand behind the warranty. These 6 brands are fighting for their lives. Some might find a miracle investor, but the odds are stacked against them. If you're in the market, do your homework. Look at the financial health of the manufacturer, and don't let a closing down sale turn into a long-term financial burden. I want to hear from you. Do you own one of these brands? Have you noticed the service getting worse or your trade-in value tanking? Or do you think one of these brands is actually a hidden gem that will make a comeback? Let's talk about it in the comments below. If you found this deep dive helpful, hit that like button and subscribe to stay ahead of the curve in the automotive world. I'll see you in the next one.